The NBA Finals are officially over, and the Miami Heat have to get over a devastating series loss against the Denver Nuggets. And what better way to do that than with the NBA offseason? There will be trades, the NBA draft, and free agency. Of course, we have been able to get close to the promised land in the last 4 years, but that's just not enough. Pat Riley will go whale hunting this summer, and if you had to ask me, then I believe that there's an 85% chance that we will get a superstar alongside Jimmy Butler. Now, I say that like that just because Tyler Hero will most likely be involved in a trade, but there is also speculation that Bam Adebayo might just be on the trade block if a special offer comes around. So let's just sit down and think, what do the Miami Heat actually need? Some say that we need a prolific scorer, and Damian Lillard is on our radar, but let's not forget Bradley Beal. Just yesterday, according to Woj ESPN via Instagram, he put out a post that stated, as rivals begin reaching out to the Wizards to explore possibility of trading for All-Star guard Bradley Beal, President Michael Wenger and Beal's agent are staying in close contact to discuss scenarios presented to the franchise. After completing the first season of a 5-year, $251 million contract, Beal's unique standing as the NBA's only current player to have a no-trade clause negotiated into his deal gives him the ability to control not only the possible destinations, but how a potential package to acquire Beal impacts his ability to play for a contender elsewhere. Moving on, according to The Ringer, they put out an article that states that Tyler Hero, whose 4-year $130 million extension kicks in next season, wasn't juicy enough trade bait to help the Heat snag Kevin Durant last summer. Who knows whether Hero is enough to entice the Blazers to move on from Damian Lillard, but right now, Hero is the likely best young player Washington could get in return for Beal. Despite holding the Nuggets to their lowest scoring efficiency of the playoffs, the Heat couldn't produce enough consistent offense to keep up in the finals. Jimmy Butler, 34 next season, leaned too hard into playmaking, roving the perimeter, and kicking the ball out to semi-contested shooters. But a scorer like Beal would justify Butler's deference. Beal, who generated 1.29 points per possession last year on handoffs, according to Second Spectrum, could play a destructive two-man game alongside Bam Adebayo. Trading for Beal will give Miami exactly the punch it needs without destabilizing its scheme. Beal, who reportedly named Miami and Milwaukee as two teams he'd be willing to accept a trade to, also seems aware of the hand-in-glove fit. Miami could flip Hero and Kyle Lowry, who resurrected his trade value in a vintage pesky Game 5 Finals loss, for Beal and Monte Morris. Or the Heat could keep Lowry, whose $30 million will come off the books at the end of the 23-24 season, and who would give them some cushion against the second apron, and ship Duncan Robinson out instead. Now, in my opinion, you guys, I believe that Damian Lillard might just be the best fit for the Miami Heat, but Bradley Beal is a pretty decent second option. Beal is 2 years younger than Damian Lillard, but he does shoot a higher percent from the field, while Dame time, he is a prolific scorer. He can get to his spots, create his own shots. Who's better on the defensive end? I would say Beal. But the real question is do we need to go after a superstar at all? Can we trade Tyler Hero and get more depth? Some much needed players that have smaller contracts, or players like John Collins from the Atlanta Hawks, who has been in a bad situation for years. Now, you guys tell me that in the comment section, and I do have 2 more questions. But first, make sure you follow me on both of my Instagram pages and my Twitch accounts. I'll be posting the rest of the summer, and it's some stuff that you don't want to miss. Now, the questions that I have for today is 1, who would you rather keep, Kyle Lowry or Duncan Robinson? To me, I believe that both of these guys have to go this summer, but I would keep Duncan Robinson. He really did actually shoot well throughout these playoffs, and he is a much cheaper asset. I wish that he could improve his development just a little bit more on the offensive side. There's been small spurts that we've seen throughout these playoffs that he has been able to get to the rim, but is that something that can be improved on even more? We just don't know. And the second question that I have for today is do you think that the Miami Heat can get back to the NBA Finals next season? Now, that's a very interesting question because a lot of these teams in the East will be looking to improve. If they don't get Lillard or Beal this summer, then it might just be over because the Milwaukee Bucks are looking for options. While the Philadelphia 76ers might be falling apart, the Miami Heat might still just be a top 3 or 4 team in the East. So I can never count us out. Honestly, we all know who could have stopped the Joker, and NBA teams, well, at least the contenders, did not put this duo together. And that's JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. We know that they are defensive players and could have gave the Miami Heat that much size. So will we go after one of them in this NBA offseason? Do you think we should? But I appreciate all you guys loving your support. And as always, this your boy Scotty Ice. And you already know, I'm out.